Luke, congratulations back to winning here in Leeds, of all places. Just sum up what that feeling's like right now.
I can't feel, honestly. It's an amazing feeling. You know, this is the greatest one I've won in the Premier League for me. The pressure was on tonight. You know, it felt like there was nothing to play for physically, but you know, for me, you know, everyone's going to expect you to go out and play well because it's your home. It's not my hometown. Everyone knows that, of course, but it feels like it. And you know, the pressure was on me a little bit before because the last couple of weeks ain't been at my best. But you know, wasn't a great start to the year, was it? And I bounced back really well. So you know, that's what I'm off. But you know, I've got this level in me that can play really well, and sometimes I can play, you know, really average like I have done the last couple of weeks. But yeah, really pleased with the way I bounced back tonight.
You talked about nerves coming in. Did you perhaps put extra pressure with the shirt change, the music change, to celebrate all things Leeds?
Yeah, I probably did put a lot of pressure on myself. I build everything up to be Leeds, everything to be about Leeds. To be honest, you know, yesterday was a media day at Leeds, and you know, you do put the pressure on yourself, but I'd rather it be that way. And if it pays off and you win, then it's obviously a fantastic feeling. And you know, regardless of what would have happened tonight, the crowd was absolutely amazing to me, and I don't get that very often, to be honest. Not that I think that I deserve it more. I just think, you know, it's when you do get it, it's amazing. And Michael gets it in the Netherlands. We was actually talking about earlier, me and Michael. He was like, how did it feel, you know, having that crowd support? And he said, obviously, he gets it in the Netherlands and it feels amazing to him, and it felt really amazing to me. And you know, it's one of those special occasions that you get every now and then, and I was really pleased to receive it, and you know, really pleased to back it up as well.
You touched on the dip in form there. We've seen you take pretty much a week off away from darts. Did you need that just to obviously refocus the mind and just clear your mind of all the negativity around what your game? Because you were quite, your demeanour on stage last time out wasn't particularly good for you. I know you do it all the time, but it was probably worse we'd seen it in a long time.
Yeah, but I must be honest with you, the breeze along the stage in the last 3 or 4 weeks has been horrific for us. You know, Rotterdam, everyone knows, is awful. It's really tough. Last week was probably worse. You know, and for me, it's probably why you see so much. I know I see other comments. You see the frustration from me so much because my darts are like somersaulting in the air, and I can't do nothing about it. Obviously, my darts are pretty much back heavy. You know, the wind has to be perfect. If it's not good, then they will just somersault through the air, and that's probably why you see, you know, a lot of frustration. But really, I should have just accepted that I have to get better and learn to it. And tonight there was a little bit as well. To be honest, if you ask Michael, there was a bit of a breeze, but you know, I thought, you know, you can't keep thinking negative, but you have to try and do something about it. And I was trying to stand in a different place or throw them a little bit different, and it worked. But these just little obstacles you have to face, and like I said, I'm still learning. I'm not used to playing in arenas where there's a breeze and it comes across the stage and stuff like that. So you know, I've learned from the mistakes last week, and I won't let that do. I won't, you know, act in that way again.
Despite defeat last week, you got a Q next to your name. So is it almost like pressure off, and is it hard to put the O2 to the back of your mind, because obviously the Premier League, you're playing for a lot of money, a massive title, and being there, only 1 of 4, is it hard to put that to the back of your mind?
It can be, of course, because obviously, you know, you've qualified, and you could look at it as, oh, there's not too much to play for, but there is for me tonight, because obviously I wanted to win. You know, in the city that I love a lot, the pressure was on, really. I was just, in a way, maybe happier that I would qualified before, that the pressure could have meant too much. Because if I needed to win tonight, and with the added pressure of being in Leeds, it could have took its toll for me. Maybe, who knows? But you know, obviously the pressure off a little bit, maybe helped slightly, and throughout the whole, you know, whole night, quarter semis final, I think I played pretty decent, to be honest.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Phil.
Luke, do you feel this night has almost come at the perfect time for you in Leeds to kind of reinvigorate you going into the last couple of weeks, and particularly the playoffs? Yeah,
it's fantastic. You know, obviously for me, I think that, you know, all that matters is making it in the O2. You know, 1970 is all that matters. So if you can win 1970, it doesn't matter what you've done before.
And how proud an achievement is it for you to be in the playoffs on your debut in the Premier League?
It's fantastic. You know, obviously everyone, you know, thought at the start of the season that it wasn't going great, and you know, I said, everyone just judge me on the way it happens afterwards. You know, you can't judge someone on a couple of weeks of a couple of bad performances. What I've done this year is the same as I did last year, to be honest. Early exit in Bahrain, early exit in Copenhagen, we could say the same for Den Bosch. and early exit in the Masters, and look what happened at the end of the season. So how you back it up at the end is all that matters.
Do you think that's testament to your character, how you bounce back so quickly?
Yeah, I don't know, to be honest. I think sometimes the negative comments you get, that's the one that can drive you on, to be honest. So yeah, I think that's the driving factor sometimes, is to prove people wrong.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Luke, obviously we spoke that this was going to be an emotional night. Did you dare to look across to your family and your dad at some stage? I think you were getting close at the end of the story, that the tears were coming. Yeah. But did you dare to look, or did you think, I better not do that because it's going to...
I did a little bit. I did. No, it wasn't going to be like an emotional and tears wise, but it was just one night. I'd have loved to have won. Obviously, this trophy here has got the name on the Leeds, and obviously I don't want to make my career too much about being a football fan. That's it's just a small part of my life. Being a dart player is also and being a family man is the main part of my life. But for the experience tonight, it was amazing to go on and win. It's just a special feeling to us. It's something that I can't really explain to all the viewers at home, because I don't really know how you can explain it to people. But as being a football fan and winning in the home city of them, it obviously means so much to me. So I had to battle really hard tonight, but really pleased I won.
The one word that seems to loom up with you quite a lot, and as Phil spoke about, you put pressure on yourself tonight, almost by all the shirt and the song and everything. The word that you mentioned is the word bottle. And when it's all come to the crunch at different points, at the pinch points, you've come up with that. You've now got to do that in 2 weeks.
Yeah, sometimes, it's one of them things, I think. Sometimes you've got the bottle and sometimes you haven't. I think there's many times where I've had that, played incredible under pressure, and everyone's like, oh, you got so much bottle. And there's sometimes where I haven't been great under pressure and I've not got that bottle. I don't think I've got the bottle. I just think sometimes you're good under pressure, sometimes you're not. It all depends on the circumstances. Obviously, I was fantastic under pressure last year. In my first major win, and obviously fantastic under pressure in that final against Michael for the Players' Championship final. Fantastic under pressure against Luke in the final of the World Championships. And then who knows? I could be in the Premier League, and being under pressure, I could be unbelievably rubbish. So you just don't know how you're going to be under pressure. No matter who you are, where you are, #1 world champion, that pressure can sometimes tell, and it will happen to Luke and me and Michael and Nathan and Michael Smith and Rob Cross. It just sometimes, some days you're better under pressure than others. But like you say, night 17 is what means the most. If you got the bottle there and you play well and you peak at the right time, then that's all that matters. Thank you, man.
Luke, you've pretty much had now a full Premier League season. First time you've had one. How have you found it? Not only playing, but all the travelling and the Pro Tours and the Euro Tours and all that combined.
Yeah, honestly, I found it really hard, to be honest. I knew it was going to be hard, but when you're travelling around and you're here, there, everywhere, it is really tough. I won't lie, it is really tough. Especially when you've got a young family. Obviously, I miss them a lot, and that was a major factor as to why. A little break, to be honest. I took the break from the 5th Euro Tour, was it, Graz, and then obviously I missed the Pro Tours. I'd love to play in everything, but unfortunately you just can't, because you obviously got family, and if you're away and everything, you have that limited time. But now we're in a moment where after tonight we got one more week of Premier League League 2, and then obviously the finals night. I know we got a lot of darts after that, but I get them Wednesdays and Thursdays backs a lot, so it's just an experience that I'll learn from. But of course, next year I want to be involved, and the year after that I want to be involved, and the year after that I want to be involved. This is something that I'll never take for granted, and I'll never, slate or say, oh, it's so much hard work. We deserve more, because we're very lucky to be in the Premier League. So it's something obviously I'll take the experience from and learn from in the future years.
You mentioned that there's one more week left of the league phase. You could be the first person to reach 5 Premier League nightly wins. Have you thought about that, having that record next to your name?
Not really. I haven't thought about it, of course, but obviously it'd be fantastic, wouldn't it? I think me, Michael, and Luke all got the chance. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, we've all got the chance. So one of us, I feel like one of us will probably be the ones that will take it, from the way we've been playing. But it's fantastic from myself in the debut year. Be fantastic from Michael after in the middle, and it'd be fantastic from Luke to do it in his debut year. Not in his debut year like me, but as the age he is, he's a fantastic talent. So, for one of us to be able to achieve that, if we do, yeah, it's brilliant. And obviously I'll want to be the one to do it, but I'm sure there's going to be a lot to say, and it's. I'm quite surprised, to be honest. We got that game against Michael Smith and Nathan Aspinall. As a fan, I'm going to really enjoy, watching the outcome of that. It's going to be a massive game for them both, and I wish them both all the best. And whoever can win that is, good luck to them.
You mentioned that this new walk-on song is here to stay. It's something that suits you and gets the crowd involved. How important is it, not just for you but for a darts player, to really get a walk-on song that the crowd can connect with? And how can that really help someone's career, just having that support on board? Like Nathan Aspinall.
Yeah, everyone knows the story, didn't I? I was going to have Nathan's walk on about a year before he did, but I'm glad I didn't, for the reason that it suits Nathan's personality, and he was the right one to take that on. And in the future, maybe it won't get the reception it does like it would in Leeds, because it's not a Leeds song, but Leeds do love to play it after a victory, and it just fits my personality, because I love Leeds, and it's a great song. I've always loved the song, to be honest. Kevin Painter had it when he was a professional, and I just always thought it was a fantastic song, to be honest. But it's not Cake by the Ocean was not a song that I would sit there and love to sing back, to be honest. But I predict I would sing it back. So it gets to the point where you just have to do something that fits in your personality a little bit, and I think that song does. Whether people like it or not, it's my decision to change, and it might be here forever, it might be here for a few years, it might be here for a couple of months. I'm just going to experiment and see what works for me. But right now, that's a song that works for me.
Cheers, Luke. Thank you.
Thank you.
Luke, obviously, Littler, top of the table going into the last week. Michael van Gerwen's the veteran of the competition. But you're the only player with a 100+ average over the competition. Who do you have down as the favourite to go on and win it?
I could tell you right now, I don't give you a favourite. There is no favourite. There really isn't. Regardless of what the bookies or the betting people think, Littler's not the favourite. I'm not the favourite, and nor's Michael van Gerwen. No one's a favourite. You can't call it, can you? Really? We all go in and out of form. Would it surprise you whoever wins up Nathan and Michael next week wins a tournament? It wouldn't surprise me either, to be honest. I think whoever wins out of them two, they're just a favourite as much as we are, because when you get to that night 17, it's anybody's game. We see that with Joe Cullen in 2022, I think it was. With all due respect, he didn't play his best throughout the tournament. He did what he had to do to get through. He did, and on that night, he was incredibly unlucky not to be the winner. So he really did deserve that night to be the Premier League champion. If he would have been, that just proves to you you play your best on night 17, and that's all that matters. It's there's no favourites in my eyes. Regardless if I win tomorrow, next week, everyone's going to probably put me as favourite, but Luke Littler probably be looking at it as it doesn't matter, because I'm top of the table and I'm still playing well. So I don't think there is a favourite, to be honest. I just think whoever turns up on the day and plays their best will be the winner.
You've gone from being the fan favourite tonight, rightly so. Next week we go to Sheffield and you're going to have a completely different atmosphere. Obviously you've had some, disagreements with the fans before. How do you prepare for a night like that when you know you're going to get...
I'm used to it now. At the start of the year it was something that was so new to me, and it was like, why are you getting it? But now I'm used to it, I can cope with it, and it's like, it's a good example. Luke Littler, he's fantastic with it. He copes with it really well. It doesn't let him affect him. Obviously he won in hit Liverpool, incredible fashion, and in Aberdeen, he's getting a lot of rubbish, and he dealt with it as well. So that's my plans, is to deal with it. But I'm not one of them people that's, I've got lots of friends that are fans of Manchester United, Man City, Liverpool. It doesn't bother me. You support what you want. It doesn't, if you're a Liverpool fan, you're a Man United fan, you're a City fan, I'm not going to dislike you anymore. To be honest, I support what I support, you support who you support. There's no hate from me, and the fans are just, it's just pantomime in here. They enjoy it, and I think after the start, I think the fans have been fantastic. They've never whistled or booed you at wrong times. I think that tonight, including the people I played, there was no whistling or booing for the players I played, and that's what we want. Cheer your favourite, and that's all we ask for. So I think the crowds have been absolutely amazing. If they are next week, what they are, that so be it. But
you just touched on Littler's on stage, and especially we've seen the past few weeks. We saw it tonight. He's getting even more confident and vibrant on that stage, which is completely the opposite to how you portray yourself. What do you make to it?
I love him, to be honest. I think Luke's fantastic. I get on really well with him. A lot of media outlets paint a different picture. Me and Luke Littler are fantastic friends. We get along really well. Every time we walk in this arena, we always have a little thing together. We always go up on the stage, have a practice, have a chat for 20 minutes or whatever, and have a little talk about what's gone on through the week, and that's just our thing. And everyone can paint a picture of we're rivals, this, that. Now we are rivals. We want to beat each other, but you'll never get the negativity between us both because we get on really well, and that's it. And he respects me as a fantastic player. I respect him as an unbelievable talent and fantastic player as well. But the way he's dealt with himself this year has been absolutely amazing, and his family should be very proud of him, to be honest, because he's shown a lot of grit, a lot of determination. He showed a lot of people that he deserved to be here, and my dream would be to play him in the final, because whoever won out of us, I'd shake his hand and be happy for him. If I won, I'm sure he'd be happy with me.